So Atlanta FaZe losing the finals, make another finals appearance though. So to me, keeping that top two,
Mhm.
probably top one in the league. But I find it interesting that Priesta would tweet and say the team played terrible. So what is your assessment from the overall weekend? What were your big takeaways from your team?
I don't know if this is going to sound good, but second is the first loser. No
Okay.
one wants to finish second on our team. Everyone expects greatness. They expect, if you lose when you're putting in full effort, it is what it is. Better team won. And even though we put in 110%, usually every day, we're one of the teams that scrim every day. We watch FOD every day. We do everything every day. We scrim a lot of S&D. We do everything, and the guys work hard. And you know, we came in second. Florida was the better team. It sucks, but that this isn't. We just aren't in good form. Like we aren't as good as in good form as we were at the beginning of the season. And I just hope after this tournament we're able to really catch fire again into the later half of the last 2 months of the season, because that's when it really matters. It doesn't really matter if we're struggling right now. I'd actually rather have our struggles now than in August. So I'll take it. It's something to learn from. There's a lot of game film on stuff that we can fix and stuff we can learn from. So it's a work in progress. And that's just what it is at the end of the day. You got to take your L's when you have them, and
What do you
this just
what
happens to be our third of the season. So I'll take it.
what do you credit it to? Is it a motivation thing? Is it a we don't like playing online thing? Are the numbers regressing? Like what would you credit this, if you can even call it that, like this slip in play for the FaZe?
So, how the season usually goes is there's a lot of peaks and valleys, like league wide. So there's everyone will be fighting for a peak at the beginning of the season. Us and Dallas were at the top of the peak, and then everyone caught up. And now the challenge is at the second half of the season to reach that next peak, go even higher. And everyone caught up and learned from the play styles that us and Dallas had, and you know, um, it's not that we haven't put in full effort or lack of motivation. It's just finding ways to continue to get better and find ways to continue countering our own play style that we see in other teams. So that's really the next level. And that's what the end of June, July, and August is going to be all about, is learning how we can counter other teams now.
Just to address this very, very quickly, because I was just confused by it. There's no coaching change with the FaZe, right?
No, it's still Crowder. He's the head coach. Him and RJ. They're a tag team duo. A lot of times they'll change voices. So like one day Chris will be the major voice. Usually Chris and RJ. They're both there for VOD. But some days you'll have RJ really being that voice, and other days you'll have Chris. But Chris is still the head coach. RJ's still like I call him head coach V2. So we pretty much have two head coaches on the team. But nothing's changing.
I will say that when we had Crowder on Coach's Corner, which is the the show that we usually do on Mondays, where we just bring in a coach from anywhere in esports. A lot of the episodes have been Call of Duty League coaches. So when we brought in Crowder after we were done, when the cameras or when the stream went off the air, he insisted. He actually suggested, "Can you please bring RJ on as a guest in the future?" Which we were very happy, which we will be very happy to do. But I found it endearing in a way that he would go so far as to ask this because he cares so much about his coaching staff. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, so RJ's he's not really vocal. Like, he doesn't stream. He's not really vocal on Twitter. So a lot of people don't know actually how smart and how good of a coach he is. No one really knows his coaching style. Besides past players. I mean, they'll tell you he's very active in scrims. He's very good at teaching players. He's really good at talking to them so they understand their mistakes and where to fix stuff. He's very smart Call of Duty wise. You can just say that just by Chris hiring him in World War II to be his personal coach. RJ was actually one of the oldest, he has one of the longest tenures. He's been coaching since 2018 for FaZe, and his personal coach for Chris. So back then it was only TP, him, and Vandy. Vandy was a AM coach at the time for Allegiance, and then TP obviously was Ocal. So he's got a lot of experience. He's very smart. He knows what he's doing. So that's why he works so well with Chris, because they have very, very close coaching styles. They both learn from each other, and it's a privilege to be able to work with both of them and just be able to sit in every day and listen to what they're talking, what they say and how they say it, and what they see in the game. It's really cool.